Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you to Gaming Factory for the DLC key. Today we are going to take a look at JDM, Japanese Driftmaster, American Classics DLC. If you like what you see, the link is in the description. Now there's a truck, there's another Mustang, so we have a Stallion. And I think there's a 2024 Stallion, which is essentially a Mustang. Then there's a bunch of Roebucks. There's a Striker, a Jetstream, Reavers, I think 2 Reavers. I'm not completely versed with what these generic cars are. Again, there's like likenesses. To me, it seems like Chevrolet is Roebuck. Could be very wrong, but I think the Reavers might be Camaros. I think there's like a 1969 and a 2024 version. And it's very odd that there's so much love for American cars in Japanese drifting game. Not gonna complain because you know that leaves the door open for European cars and whatnot, so can't really complain too much. I love this world. I love the concept here. Realize also that now we're saying this after the fact, but Forza Horizon 6 is now out, so it's this one right here. Yeah, so I mean the special sauce of what this game was not exactly there anymore, just because of Forza Horizon 6 stomping all over it. So yeah, the one thing I really liked about this game over something like Forza Horizon and even a Motorfest, to be honest, which we've played a lot on the channel, is how like claustrophobic this game feels. And I mean, it feels very realistic, right? So all the roads are very, very tight, very difficult to try to drift in areas without smashing things. Kind of funny too, because we were test driving. See how fast we can get this up to. Again, everything's so windy, but I feel like this is very authentic in terms of a driving experience. Maybe not how I'm driving, but in terms of how the world looks and feels and everything, it just feels very, very realistic. Where like normally the Forza games, wide open areas, you always have like these big spacious multi-lane highways and whatnot. I feel like Japan is not that at all. And again, I've never been there, but from what I've seen, this is more familiar to what I have seen depicted of Japan. Now the good thing is that the sun is coming up, so at least it's a little easier to see shortly without smashing into guardrails. What they're there for, right? They're like bumpers, similar to bowling alleys. Yeah, being that I play gamepad, doing first person isn't my initial cup of tea. It is what it is. I think really the only thing that I play first person is probably truck simulators, like American Truck Simulator. Feels like it's a little easier to react in that game in first person. Honestly, sometimes playing Forza first person, I'm not someone who gets nauseous, but damn, I can get nauseous in that game really quickly. Yeah, so we have like an idea of how this Mustang runs. And I guess we will tap out here and let's go check out the truck. All right, so we are immediately first person. So that's already jarring to begin with. And we don't need that cone. It does look really cool. I do like the different varied interiors. This definitely does feel like a truck. I don't know if I want to go the same way though. No, we were actually going a different way, I think. You know, and honestly, it was dark. I don't remember much of this area just because visibility, you couldn't see much. Yeah, man, it does feel very much like a truck. This is a normal camera angle I like. Just a very pretty game, very chill game. A lot of times I play this almost like I used to with Grand Theft Auto 3 and like Vice City years ago. Basically just drove around a lot in the city. I mean, unfortunately you can't get out of this car, but like that's kind of like I just played like an NPC. Just drove around, listened to the radio. And this truck does get up and go too. You gun it, it's definitely gonna go. And it sounds different too, which is really nice. Sounds like a truck. Yeah, just something so interesting about this whole like city layout, you know? Let's cut this way. It's just really interesting to have a truck in this game. Now, I don't know if there's any trucks in the base game, Again, I just pretty much just do a bunch of just jobs and drive around. I don't really focus crazy on like the events and trying to car collect. I just like to kind of chill out, drive around for a little bit. We will switch to another vehicle. I'm surprised there's like nobody on the road. It's amazing. Wish it was like that in real life. Like, look at this thing. Just amazing. Like, everything about this looks badass. That stupid cone in the way. Oh, cherry blossom trees. Nice. I didn't notice that earlier. Definitely sounds distinct. Sounds way different than like the truck and the Mustang did. The Stallion. Honk a horn because you're trying to drift. Yeah, just something cool about this whole nature thing. Feels like you're driving in a Yakuza game. If that makes any sense. Go here. Let's go incorrect. Like, just so cool. Like, this is the interesting part of like if I were to ever to go to Japan, I would totally get lost in all these little towns and shops and whatnot. Just so amazing. These things that you don't really see in like every town in America. You might see it in smaller towns. Like something we have nearby that would be kind of comparable to this, but not the whole country or not the whole state. Would definitely be something like St. Augustine, older towns, a lot of historical areas and smaller roads, cobblestone roads. Japan just feels like that's like entirely just very alluring, very different concepts than how we have things here. Everything's so large and in charge. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I do like this one. So I guess we'll switch to the Striker and see how it handles. Oh, Striker. This seems nice. Like a Corvette, I think. Of course, we're in this type of car and we have traffic now. Wonder if I have traffic turned down severely. Hasn't been a whole lot, which is kind of refreshing in games like this. But we're already over 100 miles an hour. Getting ready for a fantastical wipeout shortly. Oh, we actually handled that other than honking the horn. That was us just trying to use the left stick and we clicked it instead. Oh, guardrails. Dang. Tried to get it. We're going obscenely fast for these little tight areas. You know, it's not terrible. It's a little loose, but I mean, I feel like the Camaro, like the 2024 Camaro, is a little better. Should have probably gone the tunnel. I really like, if I turn down the traffic, that is fantastic, because man, there's like nobody on the road, which is really nice when you're maybe test driving. Maybe they just nerf a lot of the traffic when you're test driving. I don't know. All right, so we are now driving the Roebuck Reaver. Yeah, to me this is giving off like Camaro vibes. I could be way off. This could become something completely different. Again, I'm not a gearhead or anything. Yeah, it's a little loose. It does have decent handling, I gotta say. Kind of throw it in curves a little easier than what the other ones were. And the Stallion, we didn't get like the best chance too, because it was like at night and visibility is kind of horrible in any game. Oh, just barely that last guardrail. Yeah, there's something super interesting about this game of just driving around acting like an NPC. That's just very alluring and captivating. I just really wish you could interact with it because it feels like a driving Shenmue Yakuza style game that it's kind of interesting. You almost want to interact with things. You want to go to vending machines, you want to go to little towns, go to the shops. Yeah, it handles pretty decently, I gotta say. Camaro's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna dig the older Camaro though. So I think the 1969 Camaro, at least I think it's a Camaro, is like fairly cheap, maybe like $1 mil. So we might partake in that one. Now that we see how this one handles, hopefully the other one handles pretty decently. I mean, it shouldn't handle as tight as this just because it's from like 1969. This is from what, like 2024. This should be a smoother experience, but regardless, I do like the aesthetics of the older cars. So we will switch to, I guess, that one and see how it handles. All right, this bad boy is ours now. I love the color. That was like the first thing that kind of drew me in. It's like this orange style color. It's very unique, but it looks fantastic. So the other car that I own is a Stallion, which is a Mustang. I think I want to say this is a Camaro. Oh, this is like buttery smooth. This is ridiculous. Both the Reavers are, oh man, this is the Reaver 2024. I might actually get soon. I really want to save up for the Z because I actually owned 2006 350Z. So I really like, that's kind of almost like my bucket list in every driving game. Seems like the very common car, especially when there's drifting involved in the game. But yeah, that's always kind of like a bucket list thing. Like the first thing I got to do is look for a Z. They might not always have a 350Z, so I'll opt in for a 370Z. But yeah, I'm always trying to look for one. I had a silver one, so it's more like a classic looking one. Yeah, this is fun as hell. Like, and just the engine sounds alone, super aggressive. We're wrong way. It's fun. We're good. No one else is on the road. Yeah, I must have traffic like really low because it's almost non-existent. We do come across a car every now and again. And you're trying to drift, especially when you're doing like the delivery events and stuff. It's very difficult when you're trying because you have to kind of drive a little reckless without crashing, of course, because you get like style points in a way. And traffic just kind of gets in your way. Like it's bad enough, like everything's kind of, and I say bad enough, but in a good way, realistic way, is that the roads are very narrow. So, I mean, you're fighting guardrails, you're fighting 2-lane roads and whatnot. So, last thing I want is traffic during those events as well, clogging up the lanes. Yeah, just something like I love. Like I'm not getting these games because I'm such a gearhead person. I am far from it. I just really like open world games. And when you started getting these open world driving games, like true open world driving games, oh god, man, this is yes, all over it. Just super interesting. Yeah, I would like to see more European cars, other nationality cars than just America strictly. But I get it, you're catering to one demographic whose high percentage is probably getting your game. But it would be nice to see more variety, BMWs and whatnot in the game. But anyway, guys, thank you to Gaming Factory for the DLC key. And this was JDM American Classics DLC. If you like what you see, the link is in the description. And as always, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.